Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got an intriguing story for you that's all about the true character of a company. In downtown Millville, there was an old bank called Boulder Ridge Trust, which had been struggling for months, on the brink of collapse. Despite its 50-year history in the community, the bank needed $2 billion to stay afloat, but no one wanted to invest in it. That is, until a mysterious billionaire named Walter Stein decided to step in. Walter, known for saving struggling companies, saw this as an opportunity, but not just any ordinary investment. He wanted to see how the bank would treat someone who didn't look like they could offer anything, so he disguised himself as a homeless man. He walked right into the bank to see how they'd respond, and what happened next would change everything. Boulder Ridge Trust was once a cornerstone of downtown Millville, a historic bank with over 50 years of service to the community. But like many other businesses, it wasn't immune to the economic downturn. Over the past few months, the bank had struggled to stay afloat, and now it was on the brink of collapse. The board members and managers were frantic, knowing they needed at least $2 billion in investment just to survive. The situation was dire, and despite the bank's legacy, no one was willing to step in and save it. The atmosphere was thick with tension and uncertainty. Employees were worried about their jobs, the community feared losing a trusted institution, and everyone knew the clock was ticking. Without a miracle, Boulder Ridge Trust was destined to shut down, leaving a void in the town's heart. Enter Walter Stein, a mysterious billionaire investor with a reputation for rescuing struggling companies on the verge of collapse. Known for his brilliant business instincts, Walter had saved countless businesses from ruin, and Boulder Ridge Trust caught his eye. He saw potential in the bank, but instead of jumping in with a traditional offer, Walter had a different plan. He didn't just want to invest money, he wanted to test the bank's character first. So, Walter decided to disguise himself as a homeless man and walk right into the bank. He wanted to see how the employees would treat someone who appeared to have nothing to offer, believing that how a company treats people, no matter their status, was the real measure of its worth. It was a risky move, but Walter was determined to see if the bank's values aligned with his own before making any decisions. As Walter Stein, disguised in tattered clothes and worn shoes, approached the entrance of Boulder Ridge Trust, the security guard, Jimmy, immediately took notice. Jimmy had seen all kinds of people come and go, but Walter's shabby appearance made him pause. With a frown, he called out, "Hey, buddy, you can't just walk in here looking like that." Walter, undeterred, calmly raised his hand and smiled. "I'm just here to withdraw some money from my account," he said. Jimmy narrowed his eyes, sizing him up. "You don't look like you're here for that," he muttered. But Walter wasn't about to let this stop him. Ignoring Jimmy's command, he walked right past the security guard and into the bank. Inside, the atmosphere was a stark contrast to the outside world. Suits and business attire filled the space, and everything from the sleek desks to the glass walls screamed wealth and power. Walter made his way to the front counter, where Nancy, a woman in her mid-30s with a neat ponytail, worked. Nancy glanced up, her expression briefly softening at the sight of him, but that warmth quickly evaporated as she took in his disheveled appearance. Her tone shifted, colder now. "What can I help you with?" she asked, her words lacking the usual politeness. Walter simply replied, "I need to speak with the manager." Nancy hesitated for a moment, sizing him up again, then reluctantly picked up the phone. "Samantha, could you come to the front? There's someone here who wants to speak with you." Moments later, Samantha Richardson, the branch manager, emerged. A tall woman in her 40s, Samantha had a sharp, no-nonsense attitude, honed after 15 years in the business. She looked Walter up and down, clearly unimpressed by his appearance, and without missing a beat, she approached him with an air of authority. "What's going on here?" Samantha asked, her tone dismissive. Walter straightened up, trying to speak clearly. "I just wanted to speak with you about some business. I've been a customer here for years and—" Before he could finish, Samantha cut him off. "Look," she said curtly, "we don't have time for this. This is a bank, not a homeless shelter. If you have a real issue, you can talk to someone else, but I suggest you leave now." Walter felt the weight of her words, cold and dismissive, and it was clear to him that she didn't see him as worthy of even a moment's attention. Her arrogance was palpable, but Walter didn't flinch. He simply replied, "I see," and turned to leave, but not before revealing his true identity. "I'll leave," he said quietly, "but there's something you should know." As he pulled back his cap, revealing his face, the atmosphere in the room shifted instantly. Gasps echoed through the bank. Walter Stein, the billionaire investor who had saved countless companies, stood before them. Walter stood tall, his eyes locked on Samantha, and with a calm but firm voice, he revealed, "I'm Walter Stein, the billionaire investor you've probably heard of. I was actually here today because I was considering investing $3 billion to help save this bank from collapse." The words hit like a bombshell. The room went quiet, and everyone in the bank froze. The employees, who had been too busy with their own work to notice, now stared in shock, recognizing the man standing before them. Samantha's face drained of color as she tried to process what Walter had just said. Her mouth hung open, and her eyes darted nervously from Walter to her staff. "I came here to see how this bank treats people," Walter continued, "and based on how you've treated me today, I've decided to walk away." Samantha stood frozen, unable to speak. She realized, far too late, that her dismissive attitude had cost the bank its lifeline. The shock of the moment rippled through the entire bank, and what had seemed like a routine day quickly turned into a nightmare they wouldn't soon forget. The next morning, the story of what had happened at Boulder Ridge Trust spread like wildfire throughout Millville. Word quickly got out that Walter Stein, the billionaire investor, had walked into the bank disguised as a homeless man, only to be dismissed by Samantha Richardson and the bank staff. People were shocked, and everywhere you went the conversation was the same. How could the bank, facing collapse, have blown such a golden opportunity? The town was buzzing with disbelief. Residents couldn't stop talking about how the bank's arrogance and poor treatment of Walter had sealed its fate. Samantha, once seen as a strong, competent manager, was now being publicly criticized for her actions. Social media exploded with articles and comments calling her cold-hearted and judgmental. The bank's reputation, already on shaky ground, was now in tatters. What could have been a lifeline to save Boulder Ridge Trust was lost, due to a simple lack of respect and understanding, leaving the community to watch as the bank's downfall became inevitable. This story isn't just about a billionaire walking away from a failing bank. It's a powerful reminder of the deeper themes that guide all businesses: integrity, kindness, and respect. While money is often seen as the ultimate measure of success, how a company treats its people can determine its true worth. Walter's decision to test the bank wasn't about the money, it was about character. In the end, it wasn't the $3 billion he could have invested that mattered, but how the bank treated him. Samantha's dismissive attitude showed the true culture of Boulder Ridge Trust, a lack of respect and empathy for others. Walter's actions revealed something crucial: the way a business operates, the values it upholds, and how it treats everyone, no matter their status, speaks volumes about its future. Money may keep a business running, but it's the integrity and treatment of people that can either make or break it. In this case, the bank's arrogance led to its demise, a loss that could have been avoided if they had simply shown kindness and respect. This story teaches us that respect and good character are just as valuable as financial success. No matter how much money you have, treating people with kindness and integrity is what truly matters. Walter's actions show that a business can only thrive if it upholds these values. If we've learned anything from this, it's that how we treat others, especially in tough situations, can shape our future more than we might think. Thank you all for watching. I hope this story made you think about the importance of respect and character in both business and life. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories. And remember, always treat others with kindness. You never know when it might make all the difference.